So everyone, welcome to Privy. For those of you guys who are just joining us here, thank you guys for coming. I know that a lot of you guys have just recently purchased the starter plan and you're getting trained and you're getting set up for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I work here in product marketing at Privy, but for context, I also run my own e-commerce businesses on the side. I sold one of my stores back in January, and now I'm working to go and build up another one. So I'm just like you guys. I love going and building these businesses. It's a ton of fun. Everything I build have built has been on Shopify, and then a little bit on Amazon as well. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I want to make sure you guys know, like, I'm coming from your perspective, and everything we teach here is what we go and practice as well. So jumping right into Privy, what have we done so far? If you guys have joined the past 2 starter program trainings, you can know that we set up the welcome discount pop-up. The goal of this was to go and increase the conversion rate on your site and also build up your email list so that way you can get reliable traffic to come back to your site whenever you send out an email. The other thing that Dan should have run you guys through last Thursday was the cross-sell campaign. So this is a great way to go and increase your average order value on your website. And you can do this by going and cross-selling other products in your product catalog. So if you're selling plants, now you can go and sell the vase as well. So the goals for today, today's session is all about abandoned carts. First of all, I want to go and walk you through what an abandoned cart is for anyone who's just beginning and really doesn't understand what an abandoned cart is. The next part is I'm going to go and walk you through what the difference is between cart abandonment and checkout abandonment, because a lot of people can be confused about that, and it's a very confusing industry term. So I want to go and explain that. I'm going to walk you through some of my favorite examples, and the goal is that in the next 25-ish or so minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys set up with 3 abandoned carts that you guys can go and set up within your own Shopify stores. And then, of course, answer any questions at the end. So stop me along the way. Like I said, it's about a group of 10 today. So if you have any questions, I'm here to help. All right. First of all, abandoned carts. The reason I want to go and start off with a quick story is because I think that this really helps illustrate why abandoned carts are such a big issue in e-commerce and why it's so important that you go and solve for it early on. And the way I like to think about this is that if I were to go grocery shopping, I go to my local Whole Foods or ShopRite or wherever you're located. I guess a lot of grocery stores are regional, but think about how crazy this would be. I drive 15 minutes out of my way, get to the grocery store, get in line, mask up, walk around, throw a bunch of products into my cart, and just as I'm ready to go and check out, I decide, actually, I've got something more important to do, and I leave this shopping cart full of food, full of products, full of toothpaste, shampoo, whatever it is, right? Just sitting there in the aisle. Now, this would be insane if I'm doing this in real life. But the fact of the matter is that this happens all the time in e-commerce, right? That's because it's hard to leave a physical store, but it's so easy to leave a website. And part of the problem there is that we made online shopping today so easy, right? We've created one-click add to carts. We've created one-click payment checkouts, but we've made it even easier to get distracted. So if I'm shopping on my phone, which I do like 90% of my shopping on, if I'm shopping on my phone, I can get a call from my mom. I can get a push notification that someone's playing me back in Words with Friends, or I can go and get a Snapchat from my girlfriend letting me know that, she wants to go and hang out later on. So it's super easy to go and get distracted. And so that's why it's so important to go and create your abandoned carts, because the fact of the matter is that customer still wants the product, right? They added the product to their cart. They were getting ready to check out, and then something happened. So you want to go and find a way to go and be able to communicate with that customer and remind them that they should go and finish checking it out before the product is sold out. Now, another thing to consider here is that the abandoned cart rate, the number of 10 people add a product to their cart on your website, the average abandoned cart rate is 70%. So 7 out of the 10 customers are likely to go and abandon their cart. Now, what you're able to do with Abandoned Cart Series is continue to go and sell to those customers automatically. And you can do that. Oh, my mouse stopped working. Sorry, one sec. No, there we go. And you can do that with your Abandoned Cart Series, which are automatic emails. You don't have to go and write them every single time. After we set them up on today's call, it's done, they're on, and you're going to be making hundreds or thousands of dollars while you sleep by having these abandoned cart emails set up. So now that you have a good understanding as to what an abandoned cart is and why it's so important to send emails, I want to also just talk to you a little bit about the dirty secret around cart abandonment emails, because there is a big difference between abandoned carts and abandoned checkouts. And here's the way I like to think of it. I included this screenshot in an earlier slide. An abandoned cart is if I'm on your website and I just add a product to my cart and I'm still shopping around, I can be on the product page, the home page, the review page, whatever it is, and I leave the site, that's an abandoned cart. Now, a lot of email service providers like MailChimp or maybe Klaviyo or some of those guys, they'll go and send abandoned checkout emails, which is a much different subset, right? Because abandoned carts, I just added it to my cart and I left. Abandoned checkout, I have to go and add a product to my cart and then press like checkout. I think I have to go and press the checkout button. And so it'll go and actually bring me to a page that looks more like this. So what we've seen from a lot of our merchants is that there's a huge difference between abandoned carts and abandoned checkouts, right? You're able to see here that once you go and hit an abandoned checkout stage, that's when you're finally able, if I go back to this previous slide, see how it asks for their contact information? A customer has to go and fill out all of this information, press next to the billing information, and then they are finally go and considered an abandoned checkout, right? And so it's all the way up to here. Whereas the nice part about Privy is that when a customer goes and adds a product to their cart, because you set up that welcome discount campaign, we actually know who they are from the second that they hit your website. Because you're able to go and capture their email, now you're able to go and send an abandoned cart email to a much broader audience instead of the people who make it all the way to checkout. And it's a huge difference in the people who are adding a product to their cart and leaving their site and the people who are adding the product to their cart and making it all the way to the checkout. It's about 70%. Right? You can see here, this is, I apologize firsthand for this illustration. I know it's a little bit simplistic looking, but you can see if there's 100 people hit your site, a certain amount of people are going to add a product to their cart, and then even fewer from there actually go and make it to the checkout. So you want to go and be following up with people once they add the product to their cart, because you'll have higher conversion rates and be able to go and sell more to those customers. And like I just said, you already have their email, right? So it makes it much simpler because you don't have to go and capture their email on that checkout page. So today we're going to talk all about sending abandoned cart series and the 3-step playbook that we have set up for ourselves that has averaged a 16% conversion rate, which is more than double the average. I think the industry average for Shopify emails is around 7%. And again, Shopify only sends cart checkout abandonment emails. So you're able to go and increase the conversion rate. Before diving into the actual setup, I'm going to go and share my screen and I'm going to go and walk through my Privy dashboard. I want to share a few examples of my favorite abandoned cart series because I think that they're very helpful to kind of know what works for some of these bigger brands. First one is Hydro Flask. So funny enough, I actually was shopping. I was in the market for a water bottle, and it was this email that convinced me to buy this exact product. So I personally think that it's very effective, and I'm biased, of course, but it worked on me. So I think it'll work on your customers. What I like about it is that it has a good tagline early on. Oops, you left something behind. It includes the product that I left behind. And then if you read the copy over here, if you read the messaging that they included in the email, it says one of our most popular styles and colors sell out fast, or our most popular styles and colors sell out fast, right? So it already creates emergency. Be sure to grab these before they're gone, right? There's now a fear in my mind that I might not be able to go and get the water bottle that I wanted. And we make everything we make comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and shipping is free on purchases of 60 or more, right? So it counteracts a few complaints I might have had where you have to pay for shipping. What if I don't like the product? And then the other thing that they do a great job of is including all of the support information here, right? So it's email, phone, if you want to go, and I think there's just mail, right? These look like the same. And then you have all the icons down here, lifetime warranty, BPA free, all that kind of stuff. Away luggage also has a very simple but effective one. They actually send out 2. So the first one comes 4 hours after you leave their website, asking if you forgot something. And I like the puns that they include. It says, your shopping cart is like your luggage. It should never be left unattended. Here's what you left behind. We think you'll be needing it. And then they send one 24 hours later saying, still deciding, don't wait forever. Keep shopping while it's still in stock. So the 2 things that I like about this is that it sends multiple emails. And then on top of that, it creates some urgency, right? Making sure that you buy it while it's still in stock. Okay. This one I thought was pretty crazy. Spy Guy sends out 4 emails. All right. And what they do is they send one immediately where they go and give you a coupon code. They sent you one 24 hours later where they ask you if you forgot to check out and they include the product. And then they send you one 48 hours later, just reminding you that your coupon code is going to expire in 24 hours. And then the final one they send you is 72 hours later, just reminding you that your coupon code expires in 8 hours and don't miss the chance to save on your products. So I've said 4 is a lot, but I think this is actually 5. And I really like, oh, did I not include the 5th one? So they actually included a 5th one as well, which I didn't include, and I apologize for that. But the 5th email, what it looks like is basically the CEO, a very personal email saying, hey, I noticed that you added a product to your cart, but didn't finish checking out. One of the hardest parts about running an e-commerce store is that we don't get to actually talk to our customers. Is there anything that we could have done better to earn your trust? So I thought that was a very nice touch and a good way to go and show that you care about your customers. So breaking down what all of these emails have in common, I really brought it into 3 things, 3 core components, and that's what I'm going to go and walk you guys through today. The 3 things are: 1, they drive urgency. Okay, so it's a lot of the product might not be in stock, finish your order, use this coupon code before it expires. The second thing is that they talk about support. So if a customer added a product to their cart and then didn't finish checking out, they probably have a question about something. All right, I talked in the beginning about how it's easy it is to get distracted, but more than anything, it might just be, hey, why do I have to pay for shipping? Or, hey, can I go and get this in red? So being able to go and provide support information is very important. And then the last thing is that it's more than just one. So you saw in the Waze luggage example, they sent 2, Spy Guy sends 5. So being able to create more than one increases your conversion rate. Perfect. So with that being said, I'm going to go and stop sharing my screen. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my other screen, which is right here. You guys can see this, all right? It's a dashboard here I got set up. This is our Privy merch account, just basically used for testing. Make sure everyone has your Privy dashboard open. I'll give everyone just 15 seconds just to pull that up in case you haven't yet, because while we're on today's call, we're going to go and set up some abandoned cart emails. Perfect. All right, I just want to make sure I give you guys the time to go and do that. All right, so first things first, we are going to set up a coupon code because in one of the emails, we want to go and make sure that we can include a coupon. So I'm going to go ahead, head on over here to coupons, and you're going to go ahead and press new coupon. By the way, guys, I've done this now a million times. I'm pretty fast at it. If I'm too fast, let me know. I will slow down, I promise. All right, create a new coupon. The title here, I'm going to go and call it ACE. All right, we just called that abandoned cart email, ACE. And I'm just going to call it ACE1, just to make it simple. If you're using Shopify, click Shopify. If you're using a type of coupon, in this specific scenario, we're going to want it to be a unique coupon because then that gives us the ability to let it expire after a certain amount of time. So coupon code prefix, I'm not going to go and add that. That's optional. What I am going to go and do is say I'm going to do a percentage. And we get a ton of questions all the time on what percentage should you go and make your abandoned cart email discount code. And with that, I would basically say it should be more than your welcome discount, because at this point, these guys have already gone to your site, shopped, and didn't end up purchasing. So I would recommend doing a code that doesn't hurt your margins too badly, but something that's definitely going to go and incentivize a customer to come back. Personally, I recommend 20%. That's just me. If you have a product with a much bigger margin, go bigger than that. If you're working with really thin margins, try 10 or 15%. I'm going to have this apply to all products, and then I'm going to have it expire 3 days after sign up. And I'll explain more what this means later on, but I would recommend doing the same for you, 3 days after sign up. And I'm going to save the coupon down here at the bottom. So that's called ACE1. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is click on the top. I'm going to click emails and text, and I'm going to head on over to abandoned cart. Click that. Again, guys, interrupt me if I'm moving too fast. I want to make sure that you're all getting this. The goal is for you guys to set up your emails on today's call. All right. I'm going to go ahead here and press new email. And then once I'm in that email, I'm going to confirm all the settings. So first of all, minimum cart value 1, they've added some kind of product. Product ID contains any of, we're not going to limit it to that. Let's just go and keep it at everything. Or let's see. Yeah, let's go. I mean, you can keep it at anything. I'm going to go and make it just whatever. You don't have to add this at all because that would be obnoxious. And then hours since last seen, I'm going to keep it at 1. So you want that first email to send 1 hour after they have left your website. Now go ahead here and click into design. So once you're in design here, you're going to notice a few things. One, you have your entire builder on the left-hand side here. You can edit your subject line up here. In this case, let's just keep, did you forget something? You've noticed that has high open rates. And then we already go and pre-fill something here for you, right? So you're able to see, if you click on this, you're able to add a logo. I'm going to go and reduce this logo size a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. And then you're able to go and completely customize the copy, right? This pulls in what product they added to their cart. So while it looks like a generic t-shirt and bag here, it's actually going to go and pull in whatever you're selling, whether it's water bottles, weights, supplements, whatever. And then you have the option to check out now. You can go and customize that button. So here's what I'm going to go and do. I'm going to customize this a little bit. I think that our product designers do a good job building this, but I want to go and just edit the copy just a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make the copy say something like, oops, did you leave something, or did you leave something? Let's see. Here we go. Oops, did you forget to check out? Right? I just think that this is a catchier headline. And then what I'm also going to do is I am going to add in this copy here, and I'll actually send this in the chat in case anyone also wants to steal it. I've used this for some of my own e-commerce stores, and I know that it works well. So if you want to go and steal it, happy to go and share it. Let me send a message into the chat here, one sec. Zoom is being a little weird. Chat, here's this. I just pasted it in. Feel free to go and steal that. Happy to go and share. Make sure everyone steals as much as possible. And then I'm also going to go and underline right here before we run out of stock, because again, every great email includes urgency. So I'm going to underline that and bold it. Great. I'm almost done here. All right. Oops, did you forget to check out? Looks like you didn't finish checking out. Don't worry, we saved your cart for you, but make sure to finish your order before we run out of stock. You can finish your order below. If you click on the cart, it'll take them back to their cart URL. So like for me, it would be like my website name /cart, and then they're able to go and view the products that are in their cart. You can also go and customize this, right? So if I want to make this more similar to some of my brands, I would make it like red, make the checkout now button. Again, it links you back to the cart URL. So I'm going to make the background here red as well. And I'll make the text white. Again, customize this to your own brand, everyone. Add in the fonts that you want to see, add in the brand colors that you have. And then the last thing I'm going to add here, this isn't in the template, but I think it's a pretty powerful part, is just dragging a text block down here. So you can see the text thing here on the left. They'll say this is a new text box, change the text, right? So what I'm going to go and do is include that support function that I think is really powerful. So I'm going to go and include that. Let me also send this into the chat for you guys too, in case you want to steal this copy. There we go. Let me send this in. All right, so I just sent in that copy of the bottom there. So that should be pretty good for you guys. And what this basically does is this will be the first email that sends an hour out. So with that being said, I'm going to pause for just a second, take a sip of water. If you have questions, especially around this email, let me know, because we're about to set up 2 more, and I want to make sure that you guys feel good before we move forward. So we got a question. No one has explained how to add our fonts. It looks complicated to do. Great question, Cindy. So I'll explain it for you. Do you happen to have your font downloaded right now, Cindy? To your computer, like downloaded to your desktop, laptop, whatever it is. Because once you have, actually no. Okay, so Cindy, what I'll do is I'll walk you through really quick while we're on this call how to go and add a font, because I'm sure other people might want that too. First, let's finish up this email. I'm gonna press save because I think it looks good. All of these settings are good. You don't have to add a coupon here because we're not offering a coupon on this first one. And then all you guys have to do, everyone just press activate here, and that'll turn it on. So that way, anytime someone adds a product to their cart and leaves your site without finishing, then they're gonna go and get that email. So I'm gonna press back because I'm not gonna turn this on our site. Cindy, to answer your question really quickly, if I go into, I believe it's business settings, and then I think it is customization. Let me make sure I'm right on this. There we go. If we go to customization, I press new custom fonts. You're able to name the font name. I think like you can call it Chroma. That's a font. And then you're able to go and add in the font, right? So here's an example. If I type in my Chroma Google Fonts, it'll take me here. And then from there, I'm able to go and like select the style, and you can go and copy this link or the CSS here, right? So if I go and copy this, now when I go and put in the font CSS URL, I think it's this, it might be this one. You're able to just go and add it in from there. Where is the font? So the font, oh, in terms of the email editor, the font will go and appear. Let me show you. Right, if I go into design. So if I want to go and edit the font here, I just double tap here, and rather than doing Arial, it'll then appear into here. So I can go and edit the font there. Cool. All right, I'm going to save all this. Great, let's go back here. All right, everyone should be good on that. I'm going to go ahead and move forward now to the next email editor. Hopefully that was helpful. Nothing showing in business settings. I'll run through the fonts again at the end of this call and make sure that everyone's able to set up their emails on the call, but I'll show it at the end of the call as well. If I go here, press new email, I'm going to go ahead and call this one ACE, abandoned cart email 2. I'm going to update that. And now I'm going to go and add my abandoned cart email coupon code. Okay. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to change the hours since last seen to be 24. So now it's going to send 1 full day after the customer's left the site. It's going to contain any product ID, and it can have a minimum cart value of 1. Now I'm going to go and click into this, and I'm going to go and change the subject line. You click at the top there to change the subject line. I'm going to make it say, here's a 20% off coupon. Great. And now, again, same thing we did last time. I'm going to go reduce this logo size a little bit. And then I'm also going to go ahead here and include the coupon, right? So let me send this text to you guys afterwards. But here's what this is going to look like. I'm going to say, let's make this text black. And let's make this size a little bit bigger. I'm going to make this bold. Here we go. Let's make that like 24. Let me send this to you guys here real quick. That way you guys can edit this while I'm editing mine. There you go. Just copy it. Feel free to copy that. So this is how I personally like to set it up. And now the cool and interesting part about Privy is that, you know how we just added that coupon code on the outside of the email editor? So now this part here that says coupon code, that'll go and actually auto-populate. So I know it looks kind of weird right now, but when you go and turn this email on, it'll then go and pull that email that you had created from the back end, and it'll go and show the customer a custom email that expires in a certain amount of time. And we set this up to say that the coupon expires in 3 days, but we're telling the customer that it expires in 48 hours. That's just in case they find it at like 50 hours and still want it to work. You'd rather get the sale than not. So we try to add in an extra day just as buffer time. So I think that this is good. I think if you want to, feel free to go and add that same support text down here at the bottom, right? If I wanted to add in the text, and then I want to go and pull in the text I used before, right? That's easy to do. And we can just center this, make it bold. So easy to go and do that. You're able to go and customize this around. It'll bring you to the cart URL. And I would also even, if anything, maybe make this a little bit bigger, right? Because you want the coupon code to be really what they're using here. Maybe even a size 28. I know that's kind of big, but this is the goal, right? To go and sell. All right. With that being said, any questions on this? It's pretty similar to the first one, but I'm going to go and save this. And everything's set up here. You change the hours, you attach the coupon code. Perfect. Now just press activate and it'll go and turn on. Cool. So that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and press back here. Great. And then the very last one now, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to go make this even easier. I'm going to clone this one. So press duplicate there. And now change the name of this to ACE3. Update that. And make the hours since last seen 48. I'm going to take a second in case anyone's falling behind a little bit. Perfect. All right. Select this coupon. We're going to select the same coupon code that you used before. It's okay. It's going to already realize that it sent it out. And now what I'm going to go and do is click into design. Click this. I'm going to click on subject line. And I'm going to say right here, your 20% off coupon expires in 24 hours. Cool. So here's what we're going to say. And honestly, what I would recommend, take the same exact copy. And we're going to go and make it here as well. Oh. So that way people know that they have a 20% off coupon code and that it's expiring soon. And now, honestly, I'm going to say save 20%, but hurry, this code expires in 24 hours. And it's going to pull the same exact coupon code. You already have this text at the bottom. It's going to pull their cart. While it seems simple, guys, let me tell you right now, the away email works in terms of away luggage. It's definitely effective. And so I think even the fact that you have 3 of these set up, you're using urgency, and you're using a discount code on the second and third emails, that's pretty powerful. So I'm going to go ahead here and press save. And what you want to do is press activate at the top here. Now, here's something that's very interesting. Say someone goes and receives the first email that we set up together. They receive that email, and now they're ready to go and buy. If they do end up purchasing, Privy is able to actually go and recognize that, and they won't get the second or third email. So that way, you don't have to worry about sending someone a discount code after they've already purchased. They won't go and receive any future emails from this series that you've created once they've gone and purchased from one of these emails. So if you send them like this email that here's a 20% off coupon, they're not, and they purchase that day, they're not going to receive that follow-up email talking about how the coupon code is going to expire. So important thing, it opts people out after they've purchased. So yeah, guys, if you followed along, and I hope this is helpful, this was one of the easiest ways to go and set up a 3 series of abandoned carts. I want to answer the question that we had coming in earlier about custom fonts. So if you go back to your business settings here, if you're on business settings, it should be under customizations, and then scroll down. Here's where you add the custom font. So you're able to go and add the font CSS URL. So like, all right, give me an example. Whoever was messaging in, just message me what font type you have. I think it was planetbake.com. Give me just what kind of font do you have? I'll show you how to add it. Let's see, Overlock Family from Cindy. Oh, same thing. So here's what we'll do. So let's see, we will look up here. Overlock. All right, so here's what you do. You figure out which one you want, right? Whether it's the bold, the regular, the black, whatever it is. Let's just take the regular. I'm going to select this style. And then this is going to pop up for you. So it says to embed a font, copy the code into the head of your HTML. This is kind of confusing. So what we're going to go ahead and do instead is copy this, right? This is the link. Let me go and copy this here. And then I'm going to go ahead here, font name, we're going to call it Overlock, CSS URL. I'm going to save this custom font, save it, boom, perfect. And now what happens is that if I save the changes down here at the bottom, changes have been saved. Now I can go back to abandoned carts. If I click into this one, click edit. And I select this text. It should appear here. Let's see. It might need to be refreshed. I don't know why it's not loading. But what should happen is that you should go and be able to add it there. Let me go and just confirm while I'm on this call. I just refreshed this page. And I'm going to go back to business settings just to confirm that everything's saved. So I go back to customizations, overlock, looks good. Yeah, I think this should work. Again, I've done this a couple times, so if it doesn't work for some reason right now, we can follow up after the call. I don't want to I want to make sure that everyone's time is used as best as it can be here. Let me just try it one more time to make sure to see if it works or not. Click Ariel. Yeah, it's weird. So fair point, fair argument. I don't see it loading up this time. What you can do and what I'll do is follow up with our support team. If for some reason it's not loading, that's weird. It must just be something on us. So let me go and check with you guys afterwards. All right, last thing I want to go and talk about on this call is basically just that if you're setting these up today, you're going to start noticing an increase in conversion rate, especially with sales. So what I would recommend is don't let this be the end of it. Customers who capture more than capture more than one Privy convert campaign capture as much as 7.5 times as many emails. So I would recommend setting up more Privy convert campaigns. I'd recommend setting up more email types, right? We also have order follow-up emails, which are a great way to get more reviews and offer discount codes if they want to go and give a product as a gift. So if you guys are interested, highly recommend going and setting more campaigns. And email me, connor@privy.com, if you have any questions, especially guys, for those interested in custom fonts. Let me go and take a dive into that. Email me. It's just, I'll send my email in here, connor@privy.com. And I'm happy to answer any questions. Like I said, I do this stuff for fun, so I'm happy to help. All right. With that being said, I'm going to open it up to any questions. If there's any questions on people's Privy's account, I would be happy to go and answer any of them right now. And by the way, guys, thank you so much for attending. We try to go and do these once a month, and I hope these trainings are helpful for some of you. But our goal is to be able to have you go and use Privy to the best of your ability. So if anything wasn't helpful, we are super open to feedback. We want to make these sessions even better. So if there's a part of Privy that you didn't set up that you want to learn how to set up, let us know, because we're revamping the trainings for next month. So it'd be super helpful for us. Would love to see adding the coupon element once again. Yeah, sure thing, Cindy. I'll show you that right now. Let's see, here we go. All right, so to add a coupon, so basically all you have to do is add in this tag here. And if you don't have that tag, you can go and create another one with merge tags and then just press coupon code here and that'll pop it up. In order to actually go and add it to the email, you just go down here at the bottom, select the coupon code and select ACE1 or the email that we created. And then you're able to go and save the changes there. Cool. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I know we're actually 6 minutes over anyway. Happy to help, Cindy. I know we're about 6 minutes over, so I want to give you guys some time back in your day. If anyone has questions, I gave my email, so feel free to shoot me over a note, and I'll try to help out you guys who had some issues with the font stuff earlier. But thank you again so much for coming. We appreciate you guys joining the starter program, and let me know. We're happy to have you guys as customers. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.